Hey guys, welcome back to Grim Reaper coming at you for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, hopefully you're looking after yourselves, and hopefully you're not doing too bad this evening. Obviously this is video number 2 for today, so rare occasion for me to be doing this, but you know, it is a must, so let's get into it. Today's video I wanted to cover a champion that is a free champion. I will put timestamps down below if you want to go check out their stuff, check out the build, etc. But I want to talk about free champion and the reason why I want to do this video. Now, recently I've been doing a lot of count takeovers, etc., etc. We all know that I do them. It's nothing new to that, and I've been basically rebuilding a lot of accounts recently. And I work with about 10 people a week right now rebuilding their accounts, and generally I see a lot of things. Now, the one thing that I try and do, or the best that I try and do, is educate people in Raidshadowlegends. I know it's more of an RPG game, etc., but I think there is some point where you need your knowledge and skill to kind of progress in this game as fast as possible. And I think that's what I generally try and do my best to deliver, as well as doing a couple of fun videos and maybe bits and bobs around raids. So today I wanted to cover one of my favorite champions, actually. Um, yeah, I mean, she's such a cool champion. We do get her pretty early as well within raid. And I wanted to rebuild a MITHRALA LIFEBANE. I've seen a lot of people build MITHRALA LIFEBANE so badly lately that I wanted to kind of do the video on her and show you how good she is in P versus P, but as well as P versus E, right? She's not as good as she was in P versus E, but she is still really, really good, especially for Gold 5 or 3 versus 3. She's definitely someone within the first 10 champions that should be on your team, especially if you're not a Kraken and have the most stacked roster. So about 95% of the audience right now, or people that are watching my channel, would need MITHRALA LIFEBANE within the P versus P and P versus P. So I've got the general best build, in my opinion, for this. So I've had MITHRALA in all sorts of builds, and I find that this is the best build to have her in across content altogether. Obviously, we don't want to be swapping gear here and there. We want one build to do the one job. This is the ultimate MITHRALA LIFEBANE build. Anyway, let's get into today's team and start showing you what she does. I'm not going to go into kit. You guys can go ahead and read out. This video is going to be long enough as it is. So I'm not going to actually cover this, but actually she's really good in twins. Like insanely good in twins, especially if you don't have a block champion. She does go quite well with MITHRALA, Pythian, and Duchess, and Volgath, and all these people with damage mitigation passives. If we do have a video on this from the back in the day on the channel, so go ahead and check that out. I will try my best to find it and ping it at the end, or ping it up the top somewhere if I can find it. But it was a video from a long time ago, so I don't know if I still will have her. And then obviously in all these dungeons across here, she can actually work in all of them other than Finite. I think there is actually some people using her in Finite 6, and I don't think that her build is my build right now would work in Finite, so I haven't actually gone in and tested her in there. So let's take her in Ice Golem 10. Actually works really well with Ice Golem. This is my team. This is what we're gonna do. So I use her in my Ice Golem team on a very consistent build, and she's just a great champion for overall. She's also amazing in Hydra as well. So if you're not using her in Hydra, well, the joke is on you, really. We should be using her in Hydra, especially again if you don't have a biggest roster available. She is a great champion for Hydra. So overall, we've got a team in here for Seer. We've got our buff champion for Seer to do what he needs to do. We are using Lydia's accuracy to take the stats away from our attack. And our attack is basically going to do the whole backbone, as well as MITHRALA as well, with her bits and bobs as well. So like, a cleanse is so powerful, etc. and stuff like that. So just let her do her job right, and just kind of do her thing. It's very difficult to CC her, to be fair, because of way of the passive. And I will go over a couple of things in her build as well. So it's about getting the balance and stuff like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and just see how this goes. So we're expecting Kaimar to go down soon, to kind of drop soon, and we'll then be able to solo the boss with Artak. And to be honest, MITHRALA is okay staying up. She will stay up to a bit. Sometimes she dies, sometimes she doesn't. But she does a lot of work here for me, so not too fussed with this. This is my solo Artak build. He can solo this, the whole thing, even the waves. I don't really need any teams in here. But I do like the speed runs, to be honest, and I like it to be fast, etc., etc. So I do generally just run speed teams, and then I don't really, not a big fan of solo in dungeons myself. It just takes so long, and I would rather just be in and out like Flash and get on with my day, right? So yeah, I don't always tend to do struggle and chickens and stuff as well, so I don't really tend to kind of try and maximize from that. But it is what it is. Anyway, so we're just waiting for that. Obviously, that is worth pointing out that we are immune to poisons right now, and Artak is a great champion. MITHRALA is someone I try and rebuild across all accounts to do what they need to do, and that's about that really. So yeah, a really, really cool build from MITHRALA here. We're gonna go ahead and finish this up. This is a little bit of a long run, as everyone stayed alive on the waves. Sorry, on the start of the run. Normally this is about 2 minutes, a minute and a half, but looks like we're being a little bit unlucky. So yeah. Anyway, so we'll let him do his thing here, and there we are. We're gonna finish up. I've ran about now. There we are. Lovely. That's all we wanted to see. MITHRALA coming in with 483,000, as you can see, and then Arta doing all the work and so as well as here. So let's go and see dungeon number 2 for today. This will be dragon as well, and kind of just show what she can do here. This is a team, so it's basically like a poison explosion for the waves, and then MITHRALA and Badal will basically then deal with the dragon and do their job together. Again, same kind of style of team as the other team was, but a poison explosion team instead of using a seer. You can use a seer here if you have a Badal or Theo. You know, you only need one poison here, so what I know I tend to do is go Lydia, Badal, a reset, and seer. This just works a bit more faster from the standard traditional dragon team that I would make. And then MITHRALA really is just like a backup for buffs, but also protection, but also the boss killer for this dragon of the A1. It is worth pointing out we have turned off the A2 for MITHRALA, so she does A1s way more for the boss. You could even maybe turn off the A2 if you could do certain builds. Now she can solo Dragon 10 in all fairness, but you put her in regen, and that isn't really the maximized build because she just lets herself down after a while. So that's kind of something that kind of sucks about it. So guys, it's been a long day. My apologies. Anyway, let's get on with it. And you can see here, we're done in around about 1 minute here with my team. So not too shabby, etc. I'm not going to show you all the team builds. I do have separate videos on these teams and these champions. I think we have one on Xavier. I don't think I have one on my Badal, to be honest, but you know, that's something we could look at if you guys want to see that. It's also worth pointing out, if you want to see any of my team builds, just go ahead, go into my Discord link, which is down and below, and I'll share all the builds with you on Discord and kind of all the presets, etc. if you're interested in that. So obviously, I think there is people that use her on Fire Knight, mainly for flawless defense, right? Because if you bring flawless defense, that obviously knocks down the shields against a boss. She's not really used in Sand Devil, if I'm honest. It's probably like one of the areas that she's not really tend to be used. as much. I think there's a couple of teams here and there, but not too much. So let's talk about Phantom team then. This is my team here. Again, as you can see, a Kraken using quite a lot of free-to-play teams. So we're going to go ahead and here. This is not even the last dungeon yet. We still got one more to go. And again, this is the same build because there's no editing or nothing. This is just raw footage. So this is our team. This team is 100%. Yeah, this is great to see, right? We can use this build pretty much here we want. I'm not really going to take you into Hydra today for sure because this will make the video really, really long. But I could do a updated video next week if that's what you guys want to see. If you want to see MITHRALA in Hydra, she can be used as like a DPS as well as support because of that Hex ability. It's quite powerful for the Hydra runs, right? So super strong as well. You can see that we're just gonna come in here and just deal with this boss like we're the boss, right? And this is the perfect speed tune to see what's going on. And again, same team, same speeds, which is what we generally want to see in our teams. This will make your gear way less what's the word, way less resource impact, and you can mainly focus morely on your other dungeons or Hydra or Arena with your other gear. Like not everyone has like a ton of Savage, etc. So obviously I have a lot of Savage and I have Merciless, and like we're actually running a Merciless Cold Heart here right now, and obviously you guys have seen my Merciless Nuko on Sigford build, which I tend to use in quite a few of my teams. So there is another team where I use this MITHRALA build. Then we're going to come into Spider, which is going to be the last dungeon right now where we're going to take her in, and this is the Starla team. Again, you can see that Lydia and Kaimar. Again, Kaimar can be replaced, right, with a Renegade, and then Iron Gut can be replaced by another Royal Guard. So this can be a completely free-to-play team, and you can make all your teams really pretty much the same as what I've done, all free-to-play, right? Without swapping gear, without making your life hard, etc. Yes, they're not the fastest of dungeons, and you only really care for faster times if you have the champions for it, if you have the gear for it, or if you're a Kraken, etc. Like 90% of people who would watch this would think, okay, this will work quite well, or that's what I generally would like to think of that anyway. So yeah, like a quite effective build. We're going to do the reset here, and then you'll see her coming in with this. And then you could also do the cleanse, so she can cleanse the Royal Guards if you wanted to. But we're going to go ahead and probably just blow up the spider in a second. More or less, there we are. There we are. We struggled. It's not about 30 seconds. We do need to play the preset a little bit there. But again, you can see that it works quite fairly fine. This is normally a 30-second team. Normally, Iron Gut just completely decimates it. This is not my main spider team, but I was running like a spider team like this for a while. And then I built on a different speed team, which was about 12 seconds. And now my finite team, sorry, my spider team is 10 seconds. To be honest, like Spider is the only place where I really encourage people to have like a super fast team because of silver, right? And like obviously you want to be farming that silver and trying to get much silver as possible. So as you can see, MITHRALA here, she's actually done like 1.7 million damage. That's coming from the Hex as herself. So let's go in and see her build then. Mine is a +1. You do need the blind seer to empower her. I do have no blind seer, but I'm not going to empower to a +2 because I really like the idea of at least keeping one blind seer on my account. She is a bit oiled, etc. And there's a couple of things that we need to kind of go over. We've got nothing special here, so stuff like that. So we do have the defense of 4,900 and etc. Then we do have the speed of 282, and then we have the HP at 75,000. And then we have the accuracy at 690, and then the resistance at 226. Now, let's speak about arena then. So like arena, you do generally want these numbers of around about of 1,000 to add these there. So it could be 500 resistance, 500 accuracy for etc. And you do want them to be like that, right? So that's kind of something to take as a consideration. But what I see a lot is people go accuracy chest and then accuracy banner, and then she's just so squishy. And it's just, for my opinion, that is such the wrong way of building her. Like the bosses are gonna make you like a chicken. If you take her into arena, the nukers are gonna eat you alive. So for me, you need to go obviously accuracy or resistance banner, and then you want to try and get as much survivability as possible. So I've only put critical damage here, by the way, because of the missions. Don't ask. I'm going to rework it, but it's basically because of the missions. And then we've got the reaction here, obviously for arena side point of view. You can go refresh as well if you more want her to be more P versus E focus. I don't really use my MITHRALA too much in arena because I have a very stacked account. But I do use her sometimes in 3 versus 3. So this is why she is oiled. She isn't needed to be oiled for any of the content there. And I probably will pick up her level 3 blessing at some point, because like the 600 defense would be quite huge for her build as well, to take her over to that like 4,500 defense. Obviously she has that defense up as well. Anyway, we're gonna go take her into the arena now and see what we can do. So let's go and have a look. We don't have like a lot of strong teams right now, so we can only do what we can do, but there is definitely like a lot of versatile teams that we can try. So we've got Queen, we can bring in the MITHRALA. Obviously Queen is a fusion recently done. Then we have the UDK, who's another free champion, and then we can bring in like a free to play nukers like Ronda or something like that. We actually have to be careful here of Eva, so she's a bit dangerous to this. I would say probably like something like King or something like that, where these three do fit quite well together as a solid go second team and super strong, and basically do the job that we need them to do. There is a bolster there, and we're gonna go sit him down, etc. Let's have a look if there is a few different teams as well. We've got UDK. It's just nothing decent really to kind of take on. We do actually have a fusion here. He's like super difficult to take on, and she's actually like a really fairly recently good counter against him. Because obviously she can't have a turn meter drop. She can cleanse and kind of do her thing here. So she's not like super crazy, but she's not super awful either. So he's gonna go ahead, and some AI is set up funky here. So we're gonna go ahead, do this, and then we'll let them do their thing here. And as you can see, he tried to do his stuff and he wasn't able to. So that's one thing. We're not gonna put the shields up because Tormund's gonna have a feast here. So we're gonna just do that. We're gonna watch him do his stuns, etc. Probably in a second. When you're ready, here we go. And then we will be in and out like so. So yeah, like MITHRALA, super strong. Obviously, if you want to hear from more arena, don't take Brimstone, but she can do the job there. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. If you want to see any more of MITHRALA LIFEBANE, let me know. If you guys enjoy this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It just helps support the channel. And obviously, I'll be back tomorrow with a daily upload. Thank you to watching for all the way to the end. Not a super long video, so I appreciate that. I'll see you guys on the next video. I've been Grimreaper. Peace.